What if I told you that one of the most feared and superstitious days in the modern world, Friday the 13th, it has its origins in an event that rocked the foundations of medieval Europe. A curse born from treachery, torture, and the burning of a man whose name would echo throughout history. A curse so powerful, it didn't just take down kings and popes. It lives on today. How could one man's curse last for centuries? What dark secrets did Jacques de Molay, the Grand Master of the Templars, take with him to the grave? Let's investigate. To understand this ancient curse, we need to go back to the 12th century, when the Knights Templar were founded. These men were not just knights. They were warrior monks, the first ever in world history to have a combination of warrior and monks. They were protectors of Christianity's holiest sites and guardians of Jerusalem. They guarded treasures that kings entrusted to their protection. But they didn't just defend. Some say they also discovered great secrets beneath the Temple of Solomon, including the legendary artifacts like the Ark of the Covenant and perhaps even the Holy Grail. Did these artifacts give them the power they needed to build an empire? And perhaps more than just military strength? The Knights Templar are said to have created the first international banking system. Kings, nobles, even the Pope himself owed them money. And when you hold the purse strings of kings, you hold something even more valuable: their fate. But debts are very dangerous things, especially when the kings can't pay for them. King Philip IV of France owed a massive amount of debt to the Knights Templar, and in 1307, he decided he wasn't going to pay him back. Instead, he would just destroy him. So, on October 13th, 1307, a date that would forever live in infamy, King Philip ordered a mass arrest of the Knights Templar, accusing them of heresy, sorcery, and worse, they were thrown out. So under torture, many confessed to crimes that they have never committed, but one man, Jacques de Molay, stood firm. He was their leader, their Grand Master, and perhaps even the last Grand Master of the Knights Templar. King Philip knew as long as de Molay lived, the Templars' influence would never truly die. De Molay's final moments were just a spectacle for the crowds. They were a warning to the most powerful men in Europe, and as the flames began to hit his body, de Molay's voice rang out in a curse that would ripple throughout history. Pope Clement, King Philip, before this year is out, I will see you both before the judgment of God. Those words were spoken at his final words, one that would seem claim its victory. Only 33 days later, Pope Clement died under mysterious circumstances. His body was found pale, cold. His cause of death is still unknown. 7 months later, King Philip had died a terrible fate due to a stroke while at a hunting event. Both men were gone, as de Molay had predicted. But how could a single man's curse reach from beyond the grave? What power did de Molay possess? The answer may lie in the secrets of the Templars uncovered. As guardians of Jerusalem, they had access to the ancient relics and knowledge. Some whisper that the Knights Templar were more than just knights. They were sorcerers, wielding power from the artifacts they protected. What if Jacques de Molay didn't just curse two men, but cursed an entire day? What if that curse lingers still in the air of every Friday the 13th? Centuries later, Friday the 13th remains a feared day by millions. Planes are avoided, hotels skip the 13th floor, people change their plans to avoid misfortune. But why? Is it merely a coincidence? Or does Jacques de Molay's final act of vengeance create an enduring curse that haunts us to this day? Perhaps a true power of the curse lies not in magic, but in belief. The curse of Friday the 13th endures because we allow it to. Or is there something far darker lurking beneath the surface? After all, Jacques de Molay's legacy didn't die with him. It lives on in history, and maybe even the shadows of every Friday the 13th. So how about it? Are you willing to tempt fate? Thank you for joining me. I'm Big Jim, signing off, and we hope you have a happy Friday the 13th. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and comment below on what you think about Friday the 13th.